fell into the bookstore. Oh! What do you mean?
To you guys about Daisy Haites.
Nikolai Lansov, I wish you were real so bad. What just happened? Cameras. I don't want to read this anymore. A 2 POV haul because there's a camera and there's my mommy. Anyway, imagine this. I'm at the library. I'm working hard and I know I have to go to Sephora because yesterday my cleanser ran out and so I was going to go to Sephora yesterday, but then I had a work meeting, so I was like, I can't go now. So then I went today thinking I'm just going to get my cleanser today, but then yesterday I was reading Daisy Haites and I started like here, but I finished like here. Yeah. So I realized quite quickly that I would probably finish today or tomorrow. So I realized I had to get another book. And then I was at the bookstore and they had all the books that I wanted. So then I fell into the bookstore and I spent a little bit more money than I expected. But you know what? I'm just a girl. I got the Oak Cleansing Balm by the Inculus, which I got last time as well. It's only like 13-14 euro or something for the whole thing. So then I went and I wanted to get a cleanser. They also had cleansers. They had hyaluronic cleansers, which are also 13 euro, but they were like half the size. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be good or not. But then I saw that they had the ordinary cleansers, which are supposed to be nice. This one was the same price for a much bigger. Do you know what I mean? Glucoside foaming cleanser.
Sounds good.
I'm pretty sure I've seen people on TikTok say this is good. I'm not 100% sure. That's what it looks like.
Love their packaging.
I feel like it's gonna be good. Right now for the most exciting part, that's all I got. The books. So, obviously I'm reading Daisy Haites. So naturally, I got the next book in the series. Magnolia Park's Long Way Home. Now I had to get this. I'm unsure if I'm going to read it straight away, but there's different Magnolia Parks and Daisy Haites covers and different sizes, and I wanted them all to be the same size. So I nearly went and got all the books. There's 2 more books because they had them. But then I was like, you can't. Because also these are more expensive than usual books. This was €17.
Oh.
So I was like, I can't do that. But at least I have this. And I'm just going to have to be patient with the others. But look how pretty the back is. And then I had to get this. Now here's my thought process. I wanted this last year. They didn't have it last year. They had it a lot recently. And I figured before it's August now. So I have to get it while it's still there because I know next month it's going to be gone. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I'm excited. It's so pretty. There's only 2 more. These are a series. I got the King of Scars series. This is the 3rd series in the Grishaverse, which is Nikolai's books. They're hardly ever there, and especially not 2, because there's only 2, but they're never there. So first I only went to get this, which is the 1st book, but then I was like, you know what, I have to get the 2nd book while it's here. So that's what I did. And I don't feel bad about it. In fact, I feel very excited about this purchase. I'm so excited. These are gonna be such good reads. This week so far has just been spent at the library. It's Wednesday now. I'm hoping to get all my work done for the week today so that I can just forget about it and do something else for the rest of the week. I've just been working on my thesis. I've been kind of motivated. I've been focused on getting a lot of stuff done. But like I said, I kind of want to finish everything today so I can have the rest of the week off. Because my intention for August, right, is to make the most of the summer. My intention for this summer was to have the best summer ever, and I do feel in the grand scheme of things that this has been a really great summer so far. However, because I'm such a little workaholic, I've been going crazy on all things related to work and college and content creation and stuff, which is so much fun and has been really filling my cup. But at the same time, it's only going to be summer for so long. And I've been looking forward to the summertime for so long, and I feel like I need to just get out more and do more summery things while I can. So that is my intention for August. While I do my mascara, I can quickly chat to you guys about Daisy Hates, which is up there. Can we discuss or no? Obviously spoiler free, but I said this in my last vlog as well. The only thing I have to, it's not really a critique, it's just personal preference. I hated the little footnotes. I hated that so much. I hated it so much. And I know I'm the problem, but I couldn't stand reading it and knowing that I had to look down. Oh, I don't know, it's so stupid. It's such a stupid complaint. But every time it wasn't her POV, I was so happy because then there weren't any footnotes. I'm really funny about spoilers, so I don't even want to hear like the vibe of a book. So if you don't want to hear that, then skip ahead. But I'm going to talk about it spoiler free. So I loved Magnolia Parks, and I've heard so many people say that Daisy Hates is even better. And I was already kind of like, I don't think it's going to be better. And then I was reading it, and like I said, I got like maybe 100, maybe 200 pages into it last week. I liked it and I had a good time reading it because I like the characters and I like the universe, but I wasn't too excited about it, and I felt it was a bit different from Magnolia Parks because, well, it is. It is. It's just a different vibe. It's a different part of that world, if that makes sense. I wasn't too keen on it. I felt like it was kind of out of place in a way. The fact that she's so different. If you know, you know. If you know who she is and what she does, then you know what I'm talking about. But I've changed my mind now. I really liked it and I thought it was really interesting. I kept reading, and the second half of it just really got me hooked and I couldn't put it down. And what I love about the Magnolia Park series is that you don't notice time flying by and how many pages you've read. I look down, it's been 10 minutes and I've read 20 pages and I'm like, what just happened? It's just really easy to read and really interesting. And I thought the second half of the book was so much fun. I don't love the constant back and forth between characters that a lot of these books have, especially in the Magnolia Park series, but she gets away with it because she writes it well. I want to say the last 100 pages were so enjoyable. I really slowed down towards the end because, like I said, I was reading it quite quickly, and then the last 40 pages or something, yeah, I would say like 40 pages, I took my time with, and I like read them in an hour, I think. I was just really trying to savor every second of it because it was just, there was so much going on, so much happening, and I loved, I don't know. Obviously, whenever you're reading something, you're seeing it in your head, right? But I feel like with the Magnolia Park series, I really feel so entirely invested, like I'm watching a movie afterwards. Like I feel that same feeling afterwards after watching a movie. It sounds so stupid because it's kind of obvious, but say if I'm reading fantasy, I'm really aware of the fact that I'm reading fantasy and that this isn't real, even though I'm imagining it in my head. Whereas in the Magnolia Park series, I just find myself getting so lost in the story, and I don't really experience that with a lot of books. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure about the rating I gave Daisy Haites. I only gave it 4 stars. It didn't fully feel like a 5 stars. I compared it to Magnolia Parks and that felt like a 5 stars. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna give it 4. But again, it's just a feeling. So back to the point that people say it's better than Magnolia Parks. I don't know that I agree personally, but I also haven't read the other books, so I'm not sure. But I also just really like Magnolia as a character. I think she's really interesting. But this book definitely had more plot than Magnolia Parks had. I feel like one of the main things in this book series is that there's a lot of drama, and Magnolia Parks had mainly drama and characters and nothing else. But Daisy Haites has drama and characters. They all have characters, they're books. But it also had like a proper plot, and there was like just exciting things going on. So I feel like maybe that's why people are more inclined to prefer the Daisy Haites books. But both opinions are right, because either way, they're really good books. And I really recommend that if you haven't read the series yet, you read it. I feel like Magnolia Parks is the perfect book series to read if you're in a book slump. And I keep recommending it to all my friends who are like, I want to get into reading. I just think everyone's gonna enjoy it. I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about the books, but I feel like there is potential for someone to say something bad about the books. Because when I first picked it up, I was like, I'm not gonna like this based on the excerpt on the back. I feel like there's room for criticism because sometimes it is kind of cringe, but I like that. If you like Daisy Haites better, I would love to know why. That sounds like I'm that sounds kind of mean. I don't mean it like that. I just mean I'm truly interested if what I was saying before is true, like if people prefer Daisy Haites because I feel like there's a little bit more plot, or if it's just that they prefer the character to maybe Magnolia. I don't really know, but I would love to hear. And I would also love to hear what people think about Christian, because I have not heard anyone talk about Christian. So maybe let me know. Anyway, these are the 2 options. We've got the we've got the 3rd book in the Magnolia Park series, or the 1st book in the King of Scars series. Is this an unpopular opinion? Please tell me, because my view on things is that if I'm reading a book series, it just feels like I'm reading the same book the entire time. And for me, that's not a problem per se, but I feel like it is boring to watch. So even when I'm consuming other creators, if they're reading the same book series, I just feel like they're reading one book the entire time. And it's kind of like, I guess it's more the point of view of, if you're not interested in that particular book series, then it's more boring than if I were to read a bunch of different books, because then the chances are higher that you're interested in at least one of them. I don't know. So that's why I'm kind of unsure, but I do want to read this. But at the same time, this is such a good book series that I do want to savor it. And I'm glad that I waited to read Daisy Haites for so long, because I had something to look forward to. But then I'm also like, there's 3 more books in the series. I cannot decide. I kind of want to read it though. I missed Magnolia. Oh, I don't know. We have King of Scars, which I also could really love right now because I'm just in a big Nikolai phase. and I can't stop consuming Patrick Gibson interviews. Literally any little thing I can get, I am consuming it. So I actually haven't read the back of this. Okay, I'm gonna read the back of this. Okay, you're gonna watch me react. Right, I forgot about that. I forgot about how Shadow and Bone ended. I just remembered. Wait, Nina's in this as well? I kind of just thought it was Nikolai and Zoya, but it's not. That's even better. I fucking love Nina. Ooh, should I read this? I think I'm gonna read this. I really don't have time to start it now. If I read the first page, I can. Who's Dima? I'm gonna read the first page, okay, guys? And I'm gonna take it with me, I think. Leave me alone. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. This is really good. Oh my god, I want to read the first chapter. It's too long to read though. Okay, no, I read like 5 pages. I love a good map. My hair looks crazy. I have to do my hair. Oh my god, I'm so late. Why would I start a book right now? Okay, but I consider this started. Here's my thing. When I started Six of Crows, I started it on a plane. And it just wasn't a good vibe. I don't like starting books outside of my own space. And then I didn't like the first half of the book, but that's a whole different thing. It's because I didn't read any of the Shadow and Bone books, and then I was just confused the entire time. Anyway, I'm gonna take this and I need to head to the library now. I don't want to, but when I come home I'm going to read so much, and it's going to be such a vibe.
Hey, it's me.
Currently a big storm going on right now. Wait, that's so sweet. Who's Morgan Fahey? What in the Jasper? Anyway, guys, I'm 50 pages in, I think. No, 40 pages in. I'm eating this shit up already. It is it is right up my alley, let me tell you that. Tell me why for a good 10 pages or so I was under the impression that maybe this came out before Six of Crows. Which is so stupid. I was like, wait, did this come out before? And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna Google it once I get to the library. Never did. Then on my way home, I kept reading. I got to Nina's part and I was like, no, it's not. Obviously, it's not. Stupid. I want to keep reading, but I need to film some TikToks first. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna see if I want to pick up my book or do some editing or catch up on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. I will see you guys when I get ready for dance, I think. I don't know if you guys can see how much it's raining, but even just like the light right now, the darkness, maybe you can even hear it. But when I tell you it started pouring the second I have to leave right now. Like it was bad before, but now it's like bad. And I have to leave right now. What do you mean? Also, it's like 26 degrees. So how am I supposed to wear a jacket? Oh my god, I don't want to go. I want to go to dance class. I wish I had a car. Okay, anyway. I'm wearing the same top, but I put on these sweatpants. They're baby pink. I don't know if you can see in this light, but that's the look. It is so dark. Taste test. Wow. Wow, that's so good. Okay, I'm gonna drink this and I'm gonna read. Incredible. I'm so happy I ran today. I didn't feel like it, but I did it anyway. That's a win in my books. This is a vibe. Let's do this. Oh, I love life. Do you ever just read a book and get so sad about the fact that you're not actually in that universe and never going to be in that universe? That's how I feel right now. Nikolai Lansov, I wish you were real so bad. Oh! Stop. Don't. There wasn't even anything sad that happened just now. I just got emotional over one tiny detail. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. These characters are not even real. Girl. That was such a good chapter. Okay. I'm gonna give you a couple of thoughts. This truly, and I hope someone understands what I'm trying to say, feels like a third book. Now, I know that in total we had, 7 books. It took me a second. This feels like the third book. Just in the sense that, I feel like each series feels like its own book. Obviously, it's its own world. And if I were to imagine, maybe just, I was going to say a movie, but if I were to imagine a show, because Shadow Moon did have a show, this really feels like the third season. The vibes are just so different. It's really dark. It's really miserable almost. Not to put you off this duology, because so far it's really good. I feel like Shadow and Bone had its own vibe. It's the blueprint. Six of Crows was still very dark, just the themes were quite dark and the setting of Catridam and stuff, but it was still very lighthearted and humorous and kind of edgy in a way, with all the heists. It was suspenseful and almost fun, I feel like. And the King of Cigars series so far just feels so much darker than the other 2 books, and really it feels like the stakes are higher than ever, I think. And there's no way out. How are they possibly gonna fix this? I was gonna say face your demons. That's what it says on the back. And I'm really excited to see how the 2 POVs come together. There's multiple POVs, but Nina's storyline and Nikolai's storyline, how they come together. But so far, this is really good. I feel like the last chapter I read just really set up the story, because I wasn't prior to this, I'm on page 130. Prior to this, it felt like I didn't know what was going on, where it was gonna go. Now I'm really excited, but I'm also I still don't know where it's gonna go for Nina. Nina. Oh, this is so exciting. I don't know, I think I'm gonna read on now, but I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Oh, I'm gonna cry, I think. Oh no, I'm gonna be strong and not cry at this. Immediately starts crying. Oh. Okay, that was a sad chapter. Stupid. You know, it's so funny. I used to never cry at books, but in the recent year or so, I'm just so emotional. But I don't mind. For context, without spoiling, obviously, if you've read Six of Crows duology, she basically, Nina, she basically sort of completed her mission that she had set out on at the end of the second book in the Six of Crows duology. Anyway, and that just made me emotional as fuck. Oh my god, that was just so nice. I don't know. Anyway, a little bit later, I've just been editing next week's vlog, which was so much fun because that's the one where I had my friends come over, and watching it back was just fun and I miss them now. And I was also replying to some comments that some of you guys left, which there's more and more people watching and more people leaving comments, and every time someone leaves a comment I'm like, what do you mean? And they're always so nice as well, so I can't believe it. It is just, I don't know why there are so many nice people. So thank you if you've ever left a comment, or if you ever will leave a comment. Thank you. I love you. That is like so nice. Oh my god. What just happened? Well, I read the first half. I'm gonna pause and save it for later. That's crazy. I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen next, because what just happened was insane. Not gonna film today, it's the next day, but I just finished King of Scars. Oh my god, where do I even begin? First of all, 5 stars. That was so good. That was so good. I think this is my favorite book in the Grishaverse, which I said last time as well after finishing Crooked Kingdom, but this was even better. And the reason is, I mean, obviously based on the characters, what I'm about to say is kind of obvious, but it truly feels like a crossover between Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows, because obviously we have characters from each series, but also just in their own storylines and POVs. It feels like you have 2 in 1, like you're reading both books. It's so cool. Like, I don't get how she did it, because I feel like the Shadow and Bone series and the Six of Crows series have very different vibes and a very different feel, a vastly different tone in writing, but she combines both in this series, and I don't understand how she did it, but she does it really seamlessly as well. Like, you don't really notice it, and it's just brilliant. It's brilliant. It has everything you want from each series combined. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Everything Nina does in this book is so Six of Crows core. Obviously she's a crow, because Nina isn't with the crows in this one. You realize how different she acts because she's a crow compared to the other characters. It's like you can tell how all the crows influenced her over the last 2 books, and her character development in this book is so good, and her relationship with a new character in this book, like their dynamic, is also so good and so fun to read, and I love that. And then you get Nikolai, who's famously my favorite, and you get Zoya, who is such a fun and complex character, and I love when we get like a female lead who isn't like every other bitch, which a lot of characters we all know can be. And I didn't expect to be this obsessed with Nikolai and Zoya's dynamic, but it works. It works. And the plot is so good. Like the Nikolai plot, like I feel like there's a Nikolai plot and there's a Nina plot, And the Nina plot, like I said, is very Six of Crows. Like everything she does is very like, she's a crow, girl. Fuck. But then you get the Nikolai plot, which is so Shadow and Bone core. And it's, I love when they have their missions, and they each POV has their missions and their goals, and it's very, it just tickles my brain. It tickles my brain. The Nikolai plot is so good and so interesting. And there are so many twists and turns in this book, especially towards the end. You get a big reveal that is just so good. And I didn't see it coming. And I love it. I love it. I really do. I have one more thing to say. This is going to be like half a spoiler, because I want to comment on the general vibe of the book and like the trope slash genre, like kind of what you can expect. So if you don't want to know anything, skip ahead. But if you kind of want to know what to expect, stick around. I'm waiting. Okay. I expected this book to be very romance driven, and it wasn't. And I was pleased to find out that it wasn't. There is a bit of romance, but it's not really, it's more plot driven than anything else, and I love that. And I mean, in fairness, that's something Lee always does. It's like she knows how to write a slow burn, but it's so fitting the way it's done. And if it had been sort of like an instant romance type thing, I wouldn't have enjoyed that. So I think it wouldn't have made sense for the characters. So I'm really liking how much or how little romance we're getting in this book. And it is just so good. You get all the characters, you watch all the characters develop so greatly, and you find out more backstory about them, and it's like, yes, actually, exactly, this makes so much sense. And I'm just obsessed. Truly, 5 stars. Incredible. I couldn't put it down. Towards the end, I was like trying to put it off. Like I was trying to savor this because I didn't want to finish it so quickly, but at the same time I couldn't. I don't want to read the next book yet because I'm gonna be done with these characters then, and I just don't want to do that. I know now that there's also anthologies which are also part of the Grishaverse, so I was wrong again in thinking this is the last Grishaverse series, but from what I gather, the anthologies are not, they don't have anything to do with the characters, question mark. Let me know if you know. I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed with this. This was actually my favorite. Like, this was truly my favorite. It was everything I wanted and more. It was so good. The plot was so good. And I can't wait to pick up the next one, but at the same time, I like want to savor. So good. I want to read it again. Oh, I'm sad that I finished it. I just wanted to hop on and discuss this in this vlog before I start something else. But oh my god. Also, excuse the fact that I look like this. Like, I know I don't look good, but I'm about to do a Sunday reset. This went crazy. I love Nikolai. I love Nikolai so much. I wish he was real. Y'all, I think Nikolai is like my favorite book character. No, I wish he was real so bad. That's it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you're reading, please. I always ask this and no one tells me what they're reading. It's fine. And I will see you guys next week. Love ya.